there! I'm Jennifer Sampson, a licensed marriage and family therapist with SoCal Therapy Center in Woodland Hills, California. And today I want to teach you how to stop beating yourself up. Now, this is an invaluable tool that I utilize all of the time when working with my clients, and it's based upon a concept called your inner critic. So what is this inner critic? Your inner critic is the voice in your head that's constantly judging you, comparing you to other people, or putting you down. It says things to you like, wow, you really screwed that up, or how could you do that? You're so stupid. And the crazy thing about this inner critic is that it talks to us in a way that we would never talk to anybody else. It says things to us that we would never dream of saying to another person. So why is it so important to work with this inner critic? The thing about our inner critic is that it's constant, and it can be so automatic in our thinking that we don't even realize it's happening. But if left unchecked, it can have a huge negative effect on how we view ourselves and how we feel. Think of it like this. Imagine a constant companion following you around all day long, whispering in your ear from the moment you wake up in the morning to the moment you go to bed at night, telling you all of the things that you did wrong all day long. How would you feel if this were happening day in and day out? Well, I hate to break it to you, but it is happening. It's just that it's not a person, but a voice in your head. So you're thinking, a voice is relatively harmless, right? But it's not. It can greatly hinder your emotional well-being and stop you from living the life you truly deserve. So let me share with you this 4-step approach in how to stop beating yourself up. Step number 1, become aware. The first thing we have to do is begin to notice our thoughts. The thing about our thinking is that it's so automatic, we barely notice a negative thought has passed. So pay attention to your thoughts, all of them, and begin to notice when you're saying something negative to yourself. And believe me, you'll probably be surprised at how often you're beating yourself up. Now, if you have a hard time noticing your thoughts at first, pay attention to emotional cues or how you're feeling. So if you notice that you're feeling shame or doubt or worthlessness, these are telltale signs that your inner critic is hard at work. Okay, step number 2, separate yourself from your inner critic. Your inner critic is like a parasite feeding off of you, and it hopes it can hide and blend in and that you'll think its thoughts are your own. And the crazy thing about our inner critic is that it believes it's actually helping you. It thinks that if you're not hard on yourself, then you'll become lazy or a failure. But this is faulty thinking. Because if we honestly believe what our inner critic is telling us, we end up feeling and behaving really bad. So we have to get rid of this parasite. One way to do that is name it. Now have fun with this one. It can be as simple as Tom or as elaborate as Little Miss Loudmouth Know-It-All. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you begin to separate your inner critic from your authentic self. 3rd step, talk back. Now that we've become aware of our thoughts and are able to separate our thinking from our inner critic's thoughts, we need to talk back to it. To take the power back from our inner critic, we have to give it a taste of its own medicine. So as soon as you recognize it in action, tell it to shut up. Tell it the gig is up. You know it's a big bully and it needs to get out of here. Now, if you really want to make this voice recoil, tell it that you're choosing to be kind to yourself from now on. Self-compassion to an inner critic is like garlic to a vampire. Last step. Step number 4, create a new inner voice. If you want to defeat your inner critic once and for all, you need a powerful ally on your team, one that's got your back and acts as your own best friend. To create this new voice, Start to notice the good things about yourself. What do you like about yourself? What do you do well? What would your friends say they like about you? No matter what this nasty critic has to say, the truth is you have fantastic qualities and abilities. So start to focus on those. Now, I know it may seem hard at first to view yourself in a positive light, but the more that you do it, the better you'll feel and the easier it will get. Life is short. Stop wasting time beating yourself up. Practice these 4 steps and learn to tame your inner critic once and for all. Now, some people's critic is stronger than others, and we need a stronger ally in our corner to help us combat this critic. That's where a therapist comes in. Someone who can see you for who you really are. If you or a loved one could use some help in defeating your inner critic, or you'd like to explore therapy further, give us a call at SoCal Therapy Center. We'd be happy to help.